Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for joining me. For this video, we are going to simplify algebraic fractions. Alright, so for us to do that, we first have to get the denominators to be the same. For us to do that, we're going to have to find the LCD. So the LCD for 10 and 3 is 30. How did I get that? The simplest way is to multiply the two numbers, and the number you get should be the lowest multiple for those two numbers. Sometimes you'll have other numbers that are smaller than those two numbers. Always check for that. If you have the Desmos graphing calculator, it's the best bet to type in LCD, plug those two numbers in, and move ahead. So let's go. We're going to multiply here by 3 and multiply here by 3 to get 30. Multiply here by 10, multiply here by 10. Now, because your numerator are binomials, we are going to put them in parentheses. Why is Miss Kennedy doing that? I'm doing that so you know that when it's time to distribute this 3 to the parentheses, you know the 3 goes to everything in your numerator. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 3 is 9. On this side, 10 times x is 10x. 10 times 5 is 50. All of that goes over the same denominator, which is 30. Alright, so once we have that, our next step is to look to see in our numerator what we can group. We can group all of the x's, we can group all of these numbers. So 3x plus 10x will give us 13x. And 50 plus 9 will give us 59. And all of that goes over 30. If the fraction here can be reduced, which means you can find some GCF to go into them, which is the greatest common factor, you get it out. But if not, you leave the number as is and move on to your next question, which lead us to our next question. This other question here is asking us to go ahead and to solve algebraic fractions. Right here it says solve x plus 2 over 5 plus x plus 3 over 3 is equal to 2. X plus 2 over 5 plus x plus 3 over 3, and that's equal to 2. For us to get that, we have to first, again, find the LCD. If you want to write this 2 as a fraction over 1, you can. So you do 1 multiplication instead of separating them. So let's do that. 3 times 5 times 1 is 15. Ask yourself, what do I multiply by 5 to give me 15? It's normally the opposite numbers you see. So like here, it would be 3 times all of that, 5 times all of that. So it's going to be 3 times x plus 2 over 5 plus 5 times x plus 3 over 5 is equal to 2. That should be a 3 right here, guys. Let me fix this thing. It should be a 3. And over here, we're going to multiply this 2 by 15. Why 15? Because 1 into 15 goes 15 times. And you want to get a 15 in your denominator. Alright. So we can do the 3 times that. We can do 1 times 15 right here. And that times, put the 5 in the front. That times 5. If this is confusing you, all I did was to do the equivalent for the fractions you see, which is a 3 top and bottom. So from here, we're going to simplify. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 3 is 15. All of that has one denominator, which is 15. Over here, we'll get 30 over 15. So because the denominator is the same thing throughout the equation, we're going to move to the next step, which is for us to simplify the numerator. So here, 3x plus 5x will give us 8x. 6 plus 15 will give us 21. And that's equal to 30. So as you know, once your denominators are the same, you drop them and you try to solve your numerator, which is what I just did. So from here, we are going to solve the two-step equation. By now, all of us should be able to do this. If not, here we go. So we want to get rid of this 21. It's a positive. You do the opposite of addition, which is subtraction. If you do it to one side, you do it to the other side. And the other thing that I have on the channel, go check them out if you want to. Now it's time for us to simplify. So we're going to bring the 8x down because that will be canceling. 30 minus 21 will give us 9. Here we want to get rid of the x, but it's being multiplied by the 8. So what we have to do is to divide by 8 on both sides. So that cancels. So x is equal to 9 over 8. Sometimes your answer will not be a definite number. It may be a fraction, and that's okay because a fraction is still a number. Some people want a decimal form, and again, that's fine. It's up to you and what you want to do. All right, let's move to the next question. This one, it says x plus 2 over 3 minus x minus 2 over 9 is equal to 4 over 3. Okay, so the same thing happened here, guys. Our goal is to find the LCD. As you can see, 9 is the greatest number between these three, and all of them are factors of 9. 9 is a factor of itself. So the LCD here is going to be 9. Ask yourself, what do I multiply this term by to give me a 9? So we're going to multiply here by 3. We're going to multiply here by 1. We're going to multiply here by 3. Our goal is to get the denominators to be the same. So let's go. Again, a number is outside of parentheses. We distribute to get rid of that. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. Here we have a negative 1. So negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times negative 2 is a positive 2 over 9. Here we have 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. As I said in the beginning, once your denominators are the same, your goal is now to eliminate by dropping them. So to drop them, we're going to say 3x minus x to give us 2x. And we're going to say 6 plus 2 to give us 8. And that's equal to 12. All right, we're not finished. We're now going to move the solving two-steps equation. So from here, we're going to minus 8 from both sides. If I'm going too fast, you can slow me down. Not really, but still. So we're going to have 2x. Positive 8 minus 8 is 0. 8 from 12, or 12 minus 8 will give us 4. We want to find the value of x, so we have to divide by 2 on both sides. So 2 divided by 2 will give us 1. So x is equal to 2. You can always test your equation if they're right or not by substituting the values back into the form if you want to. So let's move on to the next question. It says solve 5 over x plus 3 plus 9 over x plus 5, interesting, is equal to 2. All right, guys, the same concept happens. We find the LCD. So now in your denominator, you have two binomials. One is over here and another one is here. For us to find the LCD, we're going to have to combine them in parentheses through multiplication for us to get the LCD. So I'm going to make another step right here. So the LCD of these is going to be x plus 3 times x plus 5. So in order to get x plus 3 to look like your LCD, you have to multiply your denominator and your numerator by x plus 5. Up here by x plus 5. Because your LCD is x plus 3 times x plus 5. All right? Next part, the same thing for this question. To get this x plus 5 to look like the one in the green, you have to multiply here by x plus 3 and up here by x plus 3. And the same thing happens to over here. So we're going to multiply all of this by the LCD in the next line to come. All right, so we're going to do our multiplication now. So we're going to have the 5 that's been on the outside. We're going to multiply that by everything we see. This 9 by everything we see. So here we go. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 5 is 25. 9 times x is 9x. 9 times 3 is 27. Divide all of that by the LCD, which is x plus 3 times x plus 5. And that's equal to 2. So remember in the first part of the video, I was saying to you that you can choose how you want to write all of this. So here we go. This can be written over 1. And if you do the cross product property, 1 times all of that, and this denominator, x plus 3 times x plus 5, times the 2 if you want to work your side out. Let's simplify the numerator first. 5x plus 9x will give us what? 14x. 25 plus 27. 20 plus 20 is 40. 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 40 is 52. If I'm not mistaken, 52. And that's equal to 2 times x plus 3 times x plus 5. All right. You may be wondering, where did my denominator go, Miss Kennedy? If you want to, you can rewrite the denominator for all of them because they both have the same thing. But once you multiply it out, 1 times all of that is just the number here. 2 times all of that is over here. So you don't have to really rewrite your denominator for this question. All right, I hope you're following. Now it's time for us to simplify what we're seeing. I'm going to group these two first and simplify them. Then I distribute my 2 to the parentheses. Why am I doing that? Some people have challenges multiplying variables and numbers. So I always think it's best to do the variables first and then you combine the number outside. If you don't see that, that's fine. Do it how you want to do it. I'm doing it this way. All right. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate you. So here, x times x is x squared. X times 5 is 5x. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 5 is 15. This is called the FOIL method or the double distribution, whichever you choose to call it. That's the same thing. Now we're going to simplify all of this. So we see some like terms right here. So we're going to write an x term down, x squared. 5 plus 3 is 8, 8x plus 15. Very good if you're at this level. So we're going to say equal to 14x plus 52. My bad. 14x plus 52. So once we're here, guys, we now are going to simplify this part. So we're going to bring the 2 down that was left from up here. Remember this 2? It needs to come right here. Yep, can't leave it out. So we're going to multiply the 2 across to everything. So let's go. So 2 times x is 2x squared. 2 times x squared. Yep, 2x squared. 2 times 8 is 16. X. 2 times 15 is 30. We're going to bring this down again. Your goal is to get all the variables on one side, all the numbers on one side. So because here is a 14 and here is 16, you can group these two. I'm taking the 14 to put it on this side. So we're going to subtract 14x from both sides. Why did I subtract? This is a positive 14 right here. All right. So you subtract all of that. So from here, we are now going to do the 5x. No, it's a 52. Oops. Nobody said this to me. So this should be a 52 right here. So we're going to minus 52 from both sides. So we're going to say 52 is equal to 2x squared plus 2x, because those two are going to give you 2. 16 minus 4 is 2 plus 30. And you may be saying this is a very long question. It's not too long. I just gave you all the steps. All right. Now we're going to solve. So we're going to minus 52 from both sides because we want to get all the numbers and the variables on one side because we're trying to solve the quadratic right here. It's a quadratic because there's a 2 in the exponent. So that gives me a 0. So 0 is equal to 2x squared plus, that's a minus, 2x minus 22. Now this looks solvable. So to solve this, guys, we need to first either find the GCF to make our lives easier, or we move ahead to whatever method of solving quadratic you want to use based on the numbers you have. So we are at this stage right here, guys. So from here, we're going to divide through by 2. So divide through by 2. Why I chose 2? Because 2 can go into all the numbers you see. So 0 is equal to x squared plus x minus 11. We have different methods of factoring a quadratic. We have one that's called the AC method. A times C, find 2 numbers to give you the B value. If you can find that, you get it. 1 times 11 is negative 11. Do we have 2 numbers of 11 that can add to give us 1? The answer is no, so we can't use this method. We can use the completing the square method. if you know that method, x minus h all square plus k. All right, if you know this method, you can use it. If you don't know it, we're going to move to the other method, which is called the quadratic formula. And the quadratic formula works for every question of quadratic, guys. I promise you. People may think it's hard, but it's not hard. So the quadratic formula, it says x is equal to negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. What is a? What is b? What is c? What you're seeing right here in the blue is your standard form for the quadratic. What does that mean, Miss Kennedy? That basically means that the quadratic standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. That's your standard form. Whatever number you see in front of the x squared, that's a. In front of the b, that's 1, and the c is the constant. So right here, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, c is equal to negative 11. So in this equation here, you're going to put all of those values in the equation. So let's go. So x is equal to negative b, which is negative 1, plus minus the square root of b squared, which is 1. So 1 square minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 11. You're going to divide all of that by 2 times 1. And this part of the question, guys, needs focus, because you're going to have to remember how to simplify this. If you have a calculator, perfect, go plug it in. If you don't have one, let's work it by hand. So x is equal to negative 1 plus minus the square root. 1 square is 1. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 times 11. Negative 11 is a negative 4, is a positive, a positive 44. So plus 44 right here, and divide all of that by 2. Not finished, guys. We're still getting there. So x is equal to negative 1 plus minus the square root of 45 over 2. As you can see, this is in its radical form. As you see this root 45 here. So if you're at this level in math, you should know how to simplify radicals. It basically means you know a square number, the largest square number that can go into 45, which will give you 9, right? 9 times what give 45? 9 times 5. So I'm going to do root 9, root 5, and simplify as best as I can. Some teachers will say leave it right here, but if I'm your teacher, I'm going to say simplify completely, because why would you leave it like that, you know? So let's move on. So for us to do that, we're going to say x is equal to negative 1 plus minus root 9 times root 5 over 2. Root of 9 is equal to 3. I'm going to go right here. So negative 1 plus minus 3 root 5. Cannot go any further. So you leave the answer as that. This is the final answer. If you have some teachers, they say write all the solutions. So again, you're going to go in and give the two possible values. So x could be equal to negative 1 plus 3 root 5 over 2, or negative 1 minus 3 root 5 over 2. And if you're in wherever part of the world you are, sometimes these questions are like a select all type of questions. That's the reason why I gave you this last step here, because they may say select all that apply. So instead of writing it like this, they may give it answer to you like this. And you're going to have to know, okay, let me ensure that I have all my possible values of x, right? So we have to pay attention to that. So we have two possible values of x, negative 1 plus 3 root 5 over 2, or negative 1 minus 3 root 5 over 2. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If it was, give me a thumbs up, share it, tell a friend. Come over, let's learn some math, and let's get this fun going. I'll see you guys on the next video.